Hi and welcome again to this demonstration video where I'm going to show you how the customer is going to be onboarded and how the customer panel looks like. So as you might remember, the last video was how you are going to verify your account as a service provider, and this is how the account looks after it has been verified. So this is where you can get your gigs. And then I remember I say that you can also be a customer in the platform. Remember, here you're a service provider. You can also benefit from the platform by posting jobs and getting service providers at your fingertips. For instance, you're a baker, and then you have a big order for maybe 20 cakes, and you need a safe delivery person who can pick the cakes from your location and deliver them to the customer safely. Remember, you can still come here as a customer and post that job, and delivery people will access the job and come to your rescue in no time. Remember, this links customers and service providers within minutes, as I'm going to demonstrate to you in a bit. Okay, so this is your dashboard as a service provider. If you click here, it's going to take you now to a link whereby you can change onto this. Yeah, so this you can switch to customer panel, and automatically it takes you to this platform whereby you get all service providers that you can think of. Think of it, and it's definitely here. So you can view all here and click to see all services. In this case, the ones that you just browsing to check the kinds of service providers that we are. But first and important thing is to create your customer account. That is by indicating your name. In this case, it's Jantasphere. So you'll come here and down here and click my account, put your information, Jantasphere, phone number, date of birth. For instance, Jantasphere was started on 23rd of March this year. And yeah, so I'm just going to indicate a year that is above 18, because the app will not take anything below 18. You have to be 18 and above. And then your gender, in this case, is other. And then your location. So let it pick your location. If you click here, it's going to automatically pick your location. Remember, this app is hyper-local. It's going to pick service providers within your location. So it misses somebody within your location, then it's going to go wider and pick something in the neighborhood of your location, so that you don't suffer the stresses of time wastage, and also the service provider does not waste a lot of time and money on transport. So in this case, it has picked Empire Gardens, Nairobi, and then I can add anything here. Well, it's not important. So, and then I can click on update profile. So once I update my profile, now my account is ready as a customer. So as for a customer, we don't need a lot of things. It's just name, phone number, location. Okay. So as soon as you've done that, you can now come to your dashboard and check all the services that we have. So if you want to, for instance, if you want to now post a job, let's say I'm looking for a service provider, I will come here on my gigs. Don't come here. Okay, you can come here and check all the services, but it's going to take a longer time. So in this case, you want to be as specific as possible and click my gigs. Once you click my gigs, it's going to take you to a platform whereby you can fill all the information. Create gig, then choose category. From this, you can choose any category that you can think of, whether it's education, whether it's freelance, whether it's installers, whether it's nursing, whether it's personal services, pharmacy, professional services, real estate, transport, anything, waste management, wellness, and mental health. So whatever it is, choose that category that you want. So in this case, I've chosen, under agricultural services, there's livestock services, agri inputs and supply, agribusiness, finance and risk management, animal health and surgery. That's where, veterinary doctors are. So in this case, you can also select clearing and forwarding agents. If you want imports or exports, you can choose that, and that is the only category I think in that section. So under companionship, also this is a very interesting category. Under companionship and orientation, say for instance you've traveled to a new location and you're looking for somebody to just take you around, somebody to keep you company as you are, as you're working, or you're in some new town for a week. You can get professional escort services, like guests, for companions, expatriates who are traveling inside the country and they want people to show them around, like the culture, the hotels, the nice places and the nice spots to see. For instance, when you're in Kisumu, you want to see places like Dunga, you want to go to places like the Hideout, you want to go to places like Kakwacha and want to eat authentic food. You can look for people like that who know this area, and then you pay them, and then they'll show you these places. So you can also specify if you want male or if you want female. It is upon you to decide. Okay, you can get tour guides, you can get event and host companions, if you can get personal shoppers and errand boys or errand girls. There are people who are just willing to be sent by you. So for instance, you're in town. So for instance, I'm in Kilimani and I'm going to get a book in a bookshop in town. So instead of me burning fuel and time and all that stress, I can just get an errand boy to get that book for me and to and fro, and I'll end up paying them maybe 200 to 300 shillings instead of having to burn almost 1500 shillings plus parking, almost 1800 shillings for something I can get with less than 500 shillings. So that's where errand boys come in hand. So there are other categories. You can just check around for the other categories that are available. For instance, construction and skilled labor. We have masons, welders, painters, tilers, roofers. Anything under construction, it is there. There's errands, there's operating heavy machinery, and under corporate management, we have HRs, we have project managers, we have recruitment specialists, we have consultants, front office monitoring and evaluation. You name it, under corporate management, you'll get it there. Okay. Under creative and technical professionals, we have interior designers, urban planners, civil engineers, mechanical and electrical engineers. All the service providers under technical professionals, you are encouraged to enroll here and expose your services to meet the demand that is going to blow up. So we have also in the medical field, we have phlebotomists, radiographers. We have doctors. We have specialists like cardiologists, gynecologists, pediatricians. You name it, anything under the medical field. Okay, we have chiropractors, elderly care nurses, general nursing, pharmaceuticals. That's very interesting. Okay, and then under this category of emergency service providers, a very special place, we have EMTs, fire and rescue, road and transport emergencies. When there's accidents, there's tire burst, there's disaster relief, floods, we can embed this. And I just want to say something small on this section for emergency. We are trying to now on board. I'm in partner with the NGOs and CBOs to see how we can come together as a community and help each other in terms of emergencies like floods, in terms of emergencies like fires, in terms of other emergencies like bomb blasts or a house has just collapsed. We can leverage this app and get service providers either on a voluntary level, or people can get paid to just come and help, in terms of emergencies. Like, say somebody has drowned, we need divers who can dive in and rescue people before a disaster can take more lives. So these are a very crucial part of the app that I think we are going to be focusing on a very serious level. We're going to partner with the National Police, with the Red Cross, with NGOs, with the UN, with every people who are trying to alleviate to stop any forms of disasters. So back to the categories and the subcategories, you can choose from any of these categories, and you can get service providers in any of them. Okay. So so in this case, this educational services, we have digital and skills coding, test preparations, personal development, academic and tutoring. Wow, there's a lot of services. So remember, I said you can get all service providers in this. So if whatever it is that you've been planning to do, if you've been planning to be a service provider, or you have a skill that you went to school for and you studied for and you think it has not been making money for you, this is the time to register inside the app, put your details, and take a kazi. Be ready for an overwhelming amount of customers who are going to come your way, so that they can get connected with you, so that you can make a service for them and get the service done. So in this case, I was creating a gig for a web designer. For instance, I want somebody to design a web for me. So the budget for this job that I think I will want to pay is, as a customer, is 15,000 Kenya shillings. I can choose the date. This is where you choose the date. So I'll put the amount as 15,000. And then choose the date which I want this job to be done. In this case, I want the job to be done on 10th of October, which is a few days from now. I'll put a little description of what I want. I want an interactive website and interactive and versatile website that you can do 1, 2, 3 things. Put as much as information as you can inside the description, so that when the service provider clicks on it, they can have a clue of what you want done. Okay. So in this case, I want an interactive and versatile website that can interact with the Android and iOS application. It should be user-friendly. User-friendly and easy to navigate or maneuver. Okay. In this case, just use as a good simple English, which service providers can understand. Put all the information that is going to be very important for the service provider to pick, and then be able to check if the amount you put can be able to do the job, right? So in this case, I'm also going to put my email, just in case I want somebody to send me a quotation as fast as possible. Remember, this app is for linking service providers and customers. Our main aim is to link you just to ensure the business gets done in as swift way as possible, in an affordable way as possible, and in a trustworthy way as possible. Okay, so no monkey games, no Cornish games. We just want it to be an open, trustworthy platform for linking skilled service providers and the ever needy customers who always want their services done, in a good way. So once you've put out the information, you're going to be required to put your address. Why? Because you're always moving, right? So let's say I'm in Utawala right now, and then I've moved to Westlands where I need a service. So if I post the job only for the job while I'm in Westlands, the app is going to pick that I'm in Utawala. So I need to update this location so that it knows exactly where I am, so that it can notify service providers within that location. Okay, so I'll quickly put my information. In this case, it's Jantasphere, then Jantasphere jobs, then mobile number 7 that I want the customer to reach me, the city where I am in. Remember, I can still be in Nakuru and change this location. Okay, so be specific to the area. So always choose areas on the drop down menu. If there's no area in the drop down menu, please bear with us as you continue to update the app. So this is also a crucial part. You want to put a landmark, something that people can identify your area with. In this case, I'll put Tawala Gardens because it's a resort that is near where I stay. And then remember, I use this current location. So if I click here, it's going to pick my exact location and place it here automatically. Empire Gardens in Embakasi, and then I'll save the address. So that I'm going to do the first time I'm registering, so I don't have to do that again if I'm within the same location. Unless I move to another location, that's when I'm going to have to click change your address. Okay, so as soon as I've done that, I've placed the budget, I've placed the data I want the job to be done, whether it's on site or virtual, and then I'll put the category. Well, I can then go ahead and create gig. So as soon as I create the gig, it is going to be posted to the platform, so everybody's going to see the gig. Okay, so as soon as you post it, everybody's going to see the gig, and all web designers are going to be notified that so and so is looking for a web designer and this is their budget. So how cool is that? Yeah, so this is going to be quick, very fast, very open, and it's going to break boundaries. Not going to have middlemen. We are not going to have to beg for job. You can come here and get as many jobs as possible and make as much money as possible. And remember to refer your friends. So if I click my gigs, I'm going to see the job that I've posted. Remember, at this stage you cannot edit it. It's already been posted, so people are going to see it, right? Okay. So thank you so much for staying. Again, please remember to subscribe, share it with a friend, and download the app. Download the app and register as a service provider, or just use it as a customer, and you will thank me later. Have a good evening.